Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Reviews. As promised in my vlog this morning, I did go see two movies today. I went to see Black Mass and Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials. Black Mass, I can see that or not, but that's that. And this is the Maze Runner. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Black Mass first, which is basically the story of James Whitey Bulger, uh, notorious gangster, brother of a state senator, and he's infamous and most violent criminal in the history of South Boston, who basically became an FBI informant to take down a mafia family that was invading his turf. And basically, the movie stars, of course, Johnny Depp as James Whitey Bulger, Joel Edgerton as FBI agent John Connolly, Benedict Cumberbatch as Billy Bulger, brother of James Whitey Bulger, and you had Dakota Johnson. She plays like a girlfriend of Whitey Bulger. Then you have Kevin Bacon plays Charles McGuire, an FBI agent as well. Peter Sarsgaard, he's in it as well. Jesse Plemons plays Kevin Weeks, an associate of James Whitey Bulger. And Adam Scott plays an FBI agent as well. And I think Juliana Nicholson's in this. W.L. Brown and Juno Tempo's in this as well. And Rory Cochrane is in this. He plays Steve Fleming, another associate of Whitey Bulger. For a minute, I thought I didn't even recognize Rory Cochrane. I thought he was what's the guy from Office Space? I forgot that guy's name. Whatever his name is, I thought it was him, but obviously not him. Anyway, basically, it's the story of John Connolly. He grew up together with Billy and Billy Bulger and Whitey Bulger. Did I say Benedict Cumberbatch plays Billy? Well, anyway, I don't know if I said it or not, but he does. He's in it as well. But John Connolly, played by Joel Edgerton, he grew up with Billy and James. They grew up in the streets of South Boston, and later, basically, when Connolly becomes like a big shot in the FBI, he wants to make a dent by taking down the Italian mob. But he comes up with the brilliant idea of getting Whitey Bulger, since he grew up with him, to say, listen, you can be, you can form like you see in the trailer. It's like an alliance. It says if you give us tips on this Italian mob that's it's basically invading your turf, give us tips and stuff so we can help bust them and make busts, and then you can basically, he tells them basically you can do what you want except no murder. And basically, of course, that plan, which is a horrible plan to begin with, and of course the FBI is skeptical of that at first. Of course, as especially Kevin Bacon's character Charles McGuire, I think he's like the head of that division, and he's really skeptical of this, saying, listen, this guy's a felon, and come on, why would you want to do this? But again, John Connolly assures me, hey, I grew up with him. I grew up with his brother, who's a state senator. Listen, I can trust these guys. He basically sells them on this idea of doing this. And of course, Whitey Bulger at first kind of balks at it, but then he comes up with a brilliant plan. Of course, I'll go along with this, because basically we'll do what we want. We'll tell on the Italian mob, and we'll basically, we'll get them to basically do our dirty work. Get rid of the Italian mob, and we'll take over everything. And this movie is insane, and Johnny Depp is just absolutely amazing in this movie. He is definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if he won an Oscar for this, because he really inhabits this character of James Whitey Bulger. He is absolutely scary at times in different parts of the movie. He's absolutely terrifying and violent and crazy and brilliant at the same time. Johnny Depp just woo. He takes it to another level with this playing Whitey Bulger. He's scary, okay? And even I have to give Joel Edgerton credit too, as John Connolly, this FBI agent who thinks, I'm gonna rise up, I'm gonna form this great alliance and bust this, make all these busts with the Italian mob, and I'm gonna be a shooting star and rise up. But he, of course, basically turns a blind eye to all the crimes that he's committing. And like you see in the trailer, there's a new DA that comes along. Corey Stahl plays Fred Wise. He's the new DA who comes along and basically says, wait a minute, why are you not busting Whitey Bulger? He's behind all these crimes, and what? And basically, John Connolly, Joe Egerton's characters basically tell him, no, listen, he's not really doing anything. He's just, no, he's helping us. He's my informant, and it's insane the amount of craziness and criminal activity that he does while supposedly being an informant. And this movie, like I said, it's well acted, well directed, and just totally insane. The fact that this was a true story makes it even more insane. Okay, and just a fantastic movie. One of the best movies I've seen this year, hands down. I'm going to give Black Mass an 8.5. I just thought it was fantastic. I thought all the actors did a good job in their roles. I didn't even recognize Jesse Plemons, who's guy from Friday Night Lights. He plays Kevin Weeks, like an associate of Whitey Bulger, and I guess I don't know, he looked familiar, but I just couldn't recognize him. But that was him. I guess he totally fooled me. I didn't even recognize him. And then you have Benedict Cumberbatch. He plays like the brother of Whitey Bulger. Now he doesn't really interact that much with Whitey Bulger. He interacts more with John Connolly. And Joe Egerton, I thought was great too. It's this cocky guy, FBI agent, who thought he's big time by busting the mob, by getting this Irish mobster who he grew up with to feed the FBI, information. But of course, at the same time, they were still committing all kinds of crimes while they were supposedly being informants. And he just basically effed the FBI by letting basically Whitey Bulger run wild. And it was insane, the amount of stuff that he got away with. And in fact, again, like the fact that it was a true story makes it even more insane and crazy. Anyway, I definitely recommend this movie. Definitely go see it. It's absolutely fantastic. Johnny Depp is scary good in this, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets nominated for Academy Award and if he even wins, because he just totally takes it to it. He's scary and intense, and he's crazy. Anyway, and there's a scene where I want you to pay special attention to between Whitey Bulger and the wife of John Connolly, Joe Egerton's character, and his wife played by Juliana Nicholson, it only lasts a couple of minutes, but it's just freaking scary. Just the way Johnny Depp just plays the scene is just freaking scary. Again, 8.5 for me for Black Mass. Definitely go see it. Now, the next movie that I saw was Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials. Now, of course, these are based on books. I never read the books, but I love the first movie, Maze Runner. Okay, and this is the sequel to that called The Scorch Trials, and basically, this takes place with the survivors of the maze. They're called the Gladers. They face, they basically, they escaped, and then they get taken in, where they think, they're safe, and of course, things are not what they appear to be. Okay, and like I said, if you've seen the trailer, you basically know they go to a place where they think, now that they escaped the maze, and they got away from that corporation that was basically testing them, they figure that they're safe. But of course, things are not what they appear to be, and basically they have to go on the run again. And this is basically that story of them being on the run again, trying to get to a place where, it's supposed to be a safe haven, okay, and get away from these people that want to experiment on them, and find a cure for this disease that's basically killing mankind. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. This movie is intense, and like I said, it takes it to another level, because like I said, they're not just in the maze, of course, they're out of the maze, but they still hazards all over the place. First they think they're safe at one place, and then they have to go on the run again, and then of course they have to go through all these obstacles to try to get away, and of course they have the people chasing them, trying to capture them again. And the movie it's action-packed, it's intense and emotional, and you really enjoy. I love this. I really like this series, The Maze Runner, and I can't wait for the next part. But this movie I thought was really good, a really good action sci-fi movie thriller. Okay, there's intense moments, and moments that'll make you cry, and moments, like I said, seeing this movie, like I said, will make you want to see where the story goes. Okay, I really like this part. I thought they did a nice job taking the story to the next level. Okay, and definitely recommend see The Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials. It's just fantastic, and you have to see it. It's like I said, it's good, and you care about the characters and their fate, and you know wondering, will they succeed to get where they want to go? And I enjoyed it a lot. So I'm gonna give Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials a 7.8. I really like. I think this is a nice sequel to the first movie. 7.8, and I can't wait to see the next movie that's going to come along in this series. I thought this movie was fantastic, and again, the actors who play the part, especially Dylan O'Brien, who plays the main hero protagonist, Thomas. I thought he was great, and then of course you have Ki Hong Lee, who plays the guy that was running real fast, who was one of the runners originally, and then you have Kaya Scudero, who plays Teresa, okay, who actually remembers, she was the first girl in the first movie that got to the maze, and then you have Thomas Brody Saxter as the guy with the British guy, and then you have assorted other characters, and you have Gino Carlo Esposito's in this. I think who else is in this? Lily Taylor's in this. Barry Pepper's in this, and also what's the guy from Game of Thrones? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh yeah, Aidan Gillen. He's in it as well. Still can't cover that accent. But anyway, he's in it as well. And Patricia Clarkson, of course, is Ava Page, from the first movie. She's in this as well. But I really enjoyed this movie. This movie is action-packed, and the kids are constantly on the run. Of course, you're intense. You're into this movie, wondering what's going to happen to these kids, and will they succeed? Will they die? You're into this movie. So I really enjoyed it. So again, 7.8. I can't wait for the next movie in this series. So I'm all in. Okay, let me know what you think of the Maze Runner: Scorch Trials. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And of course, Black Mass, loved it. One of the best movies I've seen in a year. Johnny Depp, definitely going to get nominated for an Academy Award. 8.5, great supporting cast. Just an intense mob movie. Just fantastic. And again, like the fact that it really happened makes it even more crazy. Anyway, 8.5 for Black Mass. Let me know what you think of those two movies. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.